involving 2 children in Pueblo is underway. In about 6 minutes, we're going to break down what happened in court today.
For those of you joining us on Facebook and YouTube, if you're hearing my voice right now, hi, how are you? I'm Lauren Watson, your digital content manager here at KKTV 11 News. It sounds like over the air right now, we are about to go into a CBS News special report related to the Trump and Putin talks. It looks like we're being taken on the air right now. We are about to start streaming the rest of our newscast here on Facebook and on YouTube so that you guys can see the rest of that newscast at home. I'm going to disappear in a second while some of those things are happening behind the scenes, but we are about to start that newscast here on Facebook and on YouTube. It does sound like we're about 90 seconds out from that start. So if you are just joining us and missed my little spiel there, we are currently on the air in a CBS special report regarding the joint press conference between President Trump and Russian President Putin. We're going to continue the rest of our 4 o'clock newscast here online digitally. That's on Facebook, on YouTube, on our website as well. We wanted to make sure that we got this local content to you how we could during this special report. We're about a minute out from taking that live, so I'm going to disappear. You're not going to hear my voice anymore, and we are going to get right to that newscast in a little less than a minute here. Thanks for joining us.
You're watching KKTV 11 News.
Welcome back, everybody, to this special edition of 11 News at 4. We're continuing to stream as CBS News is in a special report on Channel 11 for now. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and at KKTV.com, and we'll continue local news there. Let's begin with this. New today, the Springs Rescue Mission hosted a summer barbecue block party to honor community leaders and first responders. That's what you see behind me here. It happened earlier today. But we were also there to ask questions about their budget, especially after laying off 24 employees last month. 11 News reporter Elmer Mejia-Sagastumi is live from downtown Colorado Springs. Elmer, the director of the rescue mission, says despite those layoffs, they're still providing services for the community.
Adam, the Springs Rescue Mission is one of the largest low-barrier shelters in the city. Now, the Springs Rescue Mission is actually over to my shoulder over here, and they help hundreds of people experiencing homelessness throughout the year. Now, despite national and local uncertainties, the organization says its backbone is still the community. Now, the Springs Rescue Mission says that they rely heavily on private donations. They say about 80% of their funds come from individuals, while less than 20% comes from government sources. The layoffs last month were part of a proactive effort to avoid a financial crisis. Now, all of that happened at the same time as an executive order from President Trump on how cities handled homelessness. The director of the Springs Rescue Mission says that the executive order is something that they're watching closely.
And so in seasons where there is uncertainty at a government level, this is an opportunity for community members to voluntarily lean in and find the nonprofits that they value in their community and support them financially.
Now, recently, due to the budget issue, the Salvation Army had to cut its family bed capacity in half, leaving a gap in the community. Now, the Springs Rescue Mission says that they don't serve families, but they're watching that situation closely, that need closely, after the Salvation Army cut half of its bed capacity. Live in downtown Colorado Springs, Elmer Mejia Sastume, KKTV 11 News.
All right, Elmer, thank you. Let's turn to 11 Alert weather. Meteorologist Josephine Sage is joining me. Hot day out there, and it warmed up really quickly today.
By like 11, we were in those upper 80s. We broke a record today. I said that earlier. We saw 94 for the high, but we're seeing some rain out there, especially for our high country. So cooling down slightly.
A little bit. There was a sprinkler too when I walked out the door too this afternoon in the Springs.
Yes, and we could use it. So I want to take us out to our radar. Yes, and what we're watching: a couple showers and storms near Canyon City, through the Gap as well. Maybe just areas west of Walsenburg. Here's the thing, though, as we remain fairly hot out there, I don't think all this moisture is going to reach the ground. But as we get into our dinner time, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a couple more sprinkles, maybe over El Paso County or very north Pueblo County, out there across our plains, tracking a bit of rain as well. Out over Pueblo currently, though, this live look over Highway 50 is sponsored by Discount Motors. 94 out there. Feels like 94. A bit of a breeze, though. You can see that out there on the flag. And a lot of blue skies. Over our Tempest network as well. This is Falcon and Peyton. Much cooler as we shift into those northern areas, but still hanging out in those 80s for a lot of us. And as we hold on to these hot temperatures tonight, we do change into this weekend. We're alerting you first to monsoonal moisture on tap returning. That means afternoon thunderstorms, afternoon showers here in southern Colorado, and we do cool off. Afternoon highs are really only peaking at those seasonal averages. We're time of year weekend out coming up in just a few minutes.
We'll see you in a bit. Josephine, thank you. Going on right now, the trial of a woman accused of killing 2 children and hiding their bodies in Pueblo. Today, jurors saw evidence in the case and heard from a witness who says she knew those children. 11 News reporter Michelle Wells is in studio with me, and she's been listening to Karina Minjarez's murder trial today. It was a pretty emotional day in the courtroom, as expected, Michelle.
Adam, the judge had to ask someone to leave because of an outburst. I do want to warn viewers, some of the details you were about to hear in this case are disturbing. For those who may not remember, Karina Minjarez was arrested after the bodies of Yesenia and Jesus Dominguez Jr. were found in Pueblo earlier last year. Yesenia's body was found at a storage unit encased in concrete, and Jesus Jr.'s body was found in a suitcase in a car registered to Minjarez at a scrapyard. Today, Barbara Sanchez took the witness stand and described herself as like a second grandmother. She says she had a great relationship with the mother of Yesenia and Jesus Jr. and watched these kids frequently. She says that changed after Jesus Dominguez Sr., another suspect in the case, got out of jail and started dating Minjarez. She said she wasn't allowed to watch them anymore. She says Minjarez told her the kids went to live with Dominguez's family in Arizona when the kids went missing. Dominguez Sr. took a plea deal and agreed to testify against Minjarez last month. Back to you, Adam.
There are days that will continue with testimony, and we'll update you as they happen. Michelle, thank you. We have an update on a missing person case that we told you about earlier this week. Rocky Mountain National Park now says they have found a body that they believe is this man, 23-year-old Blake Kiekefer of Omaha. The body was found above Emerald Lake. He was reported missing on Monday by family and last seen days before when he was dropped off by a rideshare service. The Larimer County coroner is working to get a positive identification through DNA. You might remember that scene just days ago. A plane full of people traveling from Virginia to L.A. had to divert to Grand Junction on the western slope because of a man that is now considered a suspect. That's according to the FBI. He's been identified as 47-year-old David Leroy Carver. The FBI says that he allegedly waved his skateboard and shouted racial slurs at flight attendants while intoxicated. And now a federal complaint has been filed against him. The Justice Department says that Carver has been charged with interfering with flight crew members and attendants on that Breeze Airways flight. According to the complaint, Carver made inappropriate sexual comments and racial slurs toward a flight attendant. It also says that he threw chewing tobacco from his mouth at a passenger's face after that person told him to stop making the comments to the attendant. The complaint also says at one point Carver injured a flight attendant's hand, freed himself from his restraint, and wrapped his belt around his knuckles. Carver had his first federal court appearance yesterday. Right now, you have a chance to see the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Traveling Wall in Cripple Creek. It's up right now at Cripple Creek High School and will be 24 hours a day through Sunday. Today marks the start of the Salute to American Veterans Rally and Festival. During that two-day event, there will be guest speakers, a remembrance ceremony, live music, and more. And 11 News is a proud sponsor of that event. More information about the Traveling Wall and the Rally and Festival can be found on our website at kktv.com. Just click on Find It. Oh, we're looking ahead right now to the Labor Day liftoff, and that's happening in a couple of weeks. Kicks off in Memorial Park, 3 days long in the Springs. Want to give you a look at the countdown here. 14 days and 14 hours to go until you'll be able to see some really neat balloons. There's a lot that's happening in Memorial Park this year. These are just some of the special shape balloons that'll be taking flight. There's Ziggy the Raccoon. I think you see him in the middle there. Albert Einstein. That one's in the upper right-hand corner. Neptuno the Seahorse, and really so much more. These are all brand new special shapes for the most part. On top of seeing these balloons take off, there will also be a 5K, live music, and that will include a performance from Southern Colorado's own Cody Cause. There will also be a drone show, acrobats. The Wings of Blue skydiving team from the Air Force Academy will also be there. And 11 News is a proud sponsor of this event, too. We always are. We're going to be out there live on August 30th as the balloons are taking off starting at 7 in the morning. And we've got more information about the event at 11cares.com. You don't want to miss it. Not only are there the takeoffs, in the morning at 7 each day is when they start, there's also the balloon glows, and those are worth seeing too. Thousands and thousands of people pack Memorial Park for that. Let's turn to some of the stories that we're talking about in the newsroom today.
I hope they're as cool as all those hot air balloons.
I know. That is my favorite event of the year. It's no secret.
I'm excited.
I'm excited about it too. 2 weeks from Saturday. Well, listen to this. Some musicians are rethinking how music is made by digging deep for instruments that it's supposed to be produced, but produce is pronounced a different way. Okay, a homegrown sound. Listen to this. Those are actual vegetables. They call themselves London's Vegetable Orchestra. It's a surprising symphony made entirely from fruits and veggies. The group is enjoying a surge in popularity after a viral royal performance with King Charles this year at Buckingham Palace. Their inspiration sprouted from the Vegetable Orchestra in Vienna, the produce pioneers in Austria who first turned the garden into a stage. And those veggie vibes aren't just overseas. New York's Long Island Vegetable Orchestra has been turning up the beat, get it, for more than a decade now. That's a squash, right?
That's a squash? Is that a potato?
Sure.
Some carrots? I saw the pepper too. Well, they have to, their instrument engineers have to remake these every time they have to play, right?
I would think so. I think that's what they were doing there, was actually making their instruments in between playing on them. I had no idea you could do that with a carrot.
Or a squash.
Yeah, a squash.
Wow.
Fascinating.
Well, hey, back here at home, the Denver Zoo is welcoming some new little furry friends. Their African lion, Raleigh, gave birth to 4 new lion cubs. The birth earlier this week came after her 115-day pregnancy. That's a little less than 4 months. So according to the zoo, mom and babies are bonding well behind the scenes, where they'll stay for about 6 weeks. This time will allow Raleigh and her cubs to adjust before being introduced with other females in the pride. Oh.
Little babies there.
What is that, 4 of them?
Yeah, I thought I saw 4.
Oh.
There's nothing quite like seeing baby animals at a zoo. And I know Denver Zoo, just like the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, it creates for a lot of popularity.
Yes, I'm sure names will be announced or maybe voted on soon too, always are.
It'll be great when you can see them publicly too. Well, someone in Oregon is proving that it's never too late to return a library book. A library in San Antonio received this book, Your Child, His Family and Friends, and a letter from someone in Oregon earlier this summer. Now, look closely at the dates because this book was checked out in July 1943, which it means it's 82 years overdue. In the letter, the sender said they found the book while going through their late father's belongings. They believe that their grandmother checked it out when their dad was a child and accidentally took it with her when she transferred to the U.S. Embassy in Mexico City. Now, thankfully for the sender, the library said they do not charge late fees. They're not going to charge late fees.
No, for 82 years.
They're not going to do that.
No.
They're just grateful to have it back, I'm sure. And it's at that point, it's kind of a relic.
Well, right. And the library books don't even have the stamps in the front of them anymore. It's all computerized. So.
That's right.
Wow.
Return library books. Don't let it go 82 years.
They'll send you an email now, too, or send you a text message, say, hey.
Oh, there's plenty of ways to get hold of people. That's true. Yeah. Let's talk weather.
Yes, we're cooling off this weekend after a nice hot day today. So as we do cool off, we're alerting you first to those changes out there. And we're going to continue to see the chance for some storms returning here. Also, monsoonal moisture is on tap. Will be rainy, not only just for your Saturday and Sunday, but also into Monday and Tuesday next week. So some bigger changes ahead of us here. But first thing I want to talk about is our record we broke today. 94 for the afternoon high is what we saw. We were forecasting 92, and we were just going to knock on that record. But previous record was 93 set back in 2015. So we did indeed break that. And a little surprising out there because we did have a lot of that cloud cover today. Now, taking us out to our Doppler radar, we're tracking some of those mountain showers out towards Canyon City, areas towards Walsenburg, those higher elevations also. We saw a couple raindrops here along I-25. Right now, we are fairly dry into the latter half of our 4 o'clock hour, but I don't think we can rule out still maybe a couple more sprinkles out there as we get into your Friday evening. Our smoke forecast is slowly improving as well, still seeing some of those hazy skies, especially as you look west, but this weekend it does look like some slow improvement is being made also. So getting a look at our hour by hour for the rest of tonight, I mentioned can't rule out maybe still a sprinkle or two, and we're going to see that through the Palmer Divide. Maybe areas closer to Canyon City, just south of Pueblo. Wouldn't be surprised if we still see a couple sprinkles through El Paso County. Now, fast forward into tonight, still only seeing that in our higher elevation areas, drying out here overnight, but that changes into tomorrow. I mentioned our upper level pattern is changing, monsoonal moisture gets dragged back in, and these storms for our Saturday afternoon may be just a little bit more robust. Now, I don't have a better word for that, but we are expecting maybe a little bit of some heavier rainfall out there, some small hail, some gusty winds. But really nothing on that strong to severe side out there. Just a little bit more oomph than what we've seen over the course of today or even yesterday. And we're watching that into our Saturday evening. Sunday, we'll see the chance for some rain showers, some storms as well during the afternoon and dinner time. So get a look here at our 7-day forecast. We're carry on that chance for some moisture Monday, Tuesday. By Wednesday, by Thursday, we're holding on to the same general temperature trend out there, but we dry out. I do think by the end of next week, the chance for some more moisture returns. What we're really focusing on is this weekend. We could use that monsoonal moisture, that flow coming up from the south of us.
Yeah, we can. Now, so let's talk about the intensity of those storms. Do you anticipate them to be severe here this weekend?
On Saturday, on Sunday, no, but I still think you could see some small hail. So nothing bad. Don't need to put your car in the garage. Maybe cover the flowers.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Or the garden. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
All right. Good to know. Thank you. Well, the Mile High Madness is back. The Broncos are going to be back in Denver for Game 2 of the preseason tomorrow for a matchup against the Arizona Cardinals. And you can catch that game right here on KKTV at 7:30 p.m. Tune in before the game for a special segment. We're going to be breaking down the offseason in a Broncos preseason special. That will be tomorrow at 7 p.m. right before the home game against the Arizona Cardinals. Our 11 sports team is going to be live at Empower Field, taking a look at the Broncos season ahead, and you can catch that as well right here on KKTV. Sunday at noon, lots to see here. You're going to be able to catch the Rocky Mountain Vibes. That's on MeTV. The Vibes will be playing the Oakland Ballers at Block Tickets Park. That is on, as I mentioned, MeTV. That is digital channel 11.2. So check it out. I know so many folks are enjoying seeing baseball. We're trying to bring you, we got the Rockies sometimes, we got the Vibes sometimes. It's been a great summer of sports.
And yeah, a little football sprinkled in this weekend too.
That's right.
So.
That's right. And again, that show, 7 o'clock tomorrow on KKTV for the Broncos preseason special.
Yes.
All right, we're glad you've been with us for this special edition of 11 News at 4 on YouTube and Facebook. We will be hopefully back on the air for 11 News at 5:30 on KKTV, and if not, we'll be streaming as well. Have a good afternoon.